Object-oriented programming is about creating projects that contains both data and functions. This, unlike procedural programming, which is about writing procedures or functions that performs operations on the data. Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about PHP object-oriented programming. Object-oriented programming is faster and easier to execute. But before we start writing any code, let's talk about two terms that are the main aspects of object-oriented programming, and that is a class and an object. So a class is a template for objects, and an object is an instance of a class. When the individual objects are created, they inherit all the properties and behaviors from the class, but each object will have different values for the properties. Let us create a case scenario here. Let's assume we have a class named fruit. A fruit can have properties like name, color, name. We can define variables like variable name, and variable color to hold the values for the properties. When the individual objects are created, they inherit all the properties and behaviors from the class, but each object will have different values for the properties. To understand this better, friends, let's write some code. And the first thing that we are going to do is to declare the class. And the class is usually declared using the class keyword. So I'll say class, and then I'll give the class a name of fruit. This will be followed by a set of brackets. All your code should go inside the curly brackets. And now that we have declared the class, let us declare the properties of the class. And we are going to have two properties here, that is the name and the color. So to declare the property, we are just going to come and say, let me first have a comment here and call it a property. And so I'll say public. And this should be followed by the property name, that is name as a variable. And I'll also declare yet another property, and that will be the color. So you can have any property names here. Now that we have already declared the properties, let us declare the methods that will help us to get the name property as well as setting the name property. So down here I'll say variable name or the name property. So now to declare the method, I'll just come and say function, and then I'll say set, or I'll have the first method, that is a set underscore name. So in a set of brackets, I'm going to have the name property. So I'll say name. This will be followed by a set of curly brackets within which I should have the variable this. This is followed by the name, which is equal to the name property. So now outside that curly bracket, I'm also going to come and declare the second method, that is a get name. And so I'll say function get underscore name, a set of brackets. In that case, I'm not going to put anything. I'll have another set of curly brackets, and within this I'm going to come and say return, and I'll say this name. So I'll close that. We take this up here so that you can see what is happening. And now classes are nothing without objects. We can create multiple objects from a class. Each object will have its own properties and methods defined in the class, but they will have different property values. Object of a class is created using the new keyword. So in our case, we are using the apple and the banana examples, which are instances of the fruit class or the class fruit. So let's come down here and declare the objects. So I'm just going to come down here, and what I'll say is a variable apple, and then I'll declare the object. So I'll say new, and I'll have the name, which is a fruit, a set of empty brackets. I close that. I'm also going to come and have another name of a fruit, so I'll say banana. So in this case, I'm declaring the objects of a fruit. So I'm saying banana, which is a fruit, apple, which is a fruit. So I'll say again new, again fruit, and a set of empty brackets. I close that. Now down here, I'm now going to come and set the names. So I'll come and again say apple. So apple, and then I say set underscore name, and I'll set the first name as apple. So this is what I expect to see when I view this on a browser. I'll also come and say the banana, and I'll again set the name. So set underscore name, and I'll set this name as a banana, and then I'll close that. So if I want to print this on a screen, I can just come and say echo the apple, and then I say get the name. So I say name and a set of brackets. I close that. I can also echo the banana. So maybe first of all I echo oblique, and here I can come and echo the banana. So get underscore name and a set of brackets, and then I close that. So if I save that and then I refresh my browser over here, I'm now going to come and say the apple and the banana. And now we can also add two more methods to the class fruit that will help us in setting and getting the color property. So to be able to do that, I'm just going to come within the class fruit, within the color brackets, so within here. So now inside here, I again can come and declare the method. So I'll just come and say a function, and that will be set color, a set of brackets. I again come and say color, a set of color brackets. We can also add two more methods to the class fruit that will help us in setting and getting the color property. So within the class fruit, I can come and set the function get underscore color. So what I'm just doing here is declaring the method color that will help us in setting and getting the color property, as I've said. So after that, I'll have a set of brackets, and here I'll just come and say color, and I'll have a set of curly brackets here, within which I'll just come and say this, and I say color is equals to color. Now outside that, we're also going to come and again I'll declare the method for getting the color. So I'm just going to come and say function get underscore color, in a set of color brackets, and here I say return this color. So just like that. Now we want to come and print the color on the browser, or to echo that. So I can just now come outside here, and the first thing I'll say is Apple. Apple set color. And I'll set the color as maybe green. And I'll come and echo that now here. So within a set of quotes, I'm just going to come and say name. Outside that, I'll have a period, the Apple. And here I'll just come and say get underscore name, and a set of brackets. So I will come and echo a break here, and I'll also come and echo the color. So I'll say color. So just like that. So when I save my code and then I come and refresh here, alright, so we have a fatal error there. So this should be set color and not get color. So I should come and say set color. So save the changes and refresh that. Yes, and we should come and have the name of the fruit being apple and the color being green. So if we want to overwrite this and have the apple being red, we can just come here and change this from red to say so from green to red, I beg your pardon, so red. I can also change the name. So here you remember we are setting the color, and here we are setting the name. So we can come and have these as a mango, just like that. And when we refresh here, you're just going to get exactly that. And that is just a basic introduction to object-oriented programming. Hope the video was helpful. If this was helpful, kindly consider giving it a thumbs up. You can also share your thoughts in the comment below. And if you have not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe so that you can get these and more help videos in the future. See you in the next one.